Okay, I'd like to call this special board meeting to order. Roll call.
Mr. Ballard?
Here.
Mr. Demakia?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Here.
Mr. Sturgill?
Here.
Mr. Williams?
Here.
Pledge of allegiance. Pledge of allegiance.
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First hearing of the public.
Bambi Dillon. I just wanted to remind everybody that the Citizens for Lorain Schools will be meeting May 8th at 4:30 here in the Media Center. Thank you.
Bambi, have you guys have already met, correct?
Yeah.
Once? And how'd that go? Do you mind giving us a mini report on the discussions?
No, I could tell you how it went. There were, let's see, the citizens that were there, myself, Shelley Hilco, Janet Garcia, Paul Beaver. There were a couple principals there, and Josh, Steve Sturgill, and two of the new chiefs.
Kimber on our list.
Were in attendance, and we explained to the new people exactly how the committee operates and how important it is for the people that do not live in Lorain, like can't vote, can't help us with yard signs. The way that they could help us is financially, if they could give a donation. Because I'm going to tell you what, there are about 91 staff, I believe, that donates to the Citizens for Lorain Schools every pay. And we as a committee extremely appreciate it very much. And these are probably a lot of people that can't support in ways that, like voting or yard signs, but they give financially. And that really helps because when you come to a full-fledged levy, you need the funds. And then that way, we don't always have to have a large fundraiser. Like I believe the last time, Bill, because we had the funds, we didn't have to have a fundraiser.
Yeah.
So like I said, we appreciate, I wish there was something, that could be conveyed to these, the employees that.
I think we talked about that. We were going to put something out, just kind of as a reminder. Or not only a reminder to come to the meeting, so it's important for staff to come to the meeting, but also a reminder that they're able to donate.
Yeah, and we went over that, and then I explained there's really, levy-wise, there's nothing to do until there's a levy that's going to be on board. But I explained to him that usually a renewal levy is a low-key levy compared to new money. We don't spend as much money, we do as much. We just explain to the public it's no new money. And then we started to discuss about the bonfire that we want to have with the homecoming in the fall. And usually it's the Citizens for Lorain Schools that gets all that organized. And we didn't have it last year or the year before, but we want to make sure it comes back because we were up to about 1,000 people attending, and it seemed nice for the community and the kids to interact. So we're going to try to bring that back. And that's what we discussed, and then we're going to have our next meeting because some of the people had chores to do and get back to us, information about the bond.
And we are trying to do it at Lakeview again, right?
Yes, at Lakeview.
That's in collaboration with Metro Parks.
With the
and
Metro
Lorain
Parks.
Police Department. correct?
Lorain Police Department.
Was there anyone there from operations?
No,
Jeff wasn't there.
Jeff was not there.
That's,
Usually, we don't have any problems. Jeff Fox is always there, very supportive, and his staff does a lot of work to help put this on, on that same day.
I'll say something to him to see if he can try and get the next one. But I'm sure once we get ramping up for the bonfire, I'm sure he'll be at those.
Yeah. So in some years it's in conjunction with levies, some years it's just the homecoming. So, is there any other? Okay.
Thank you. Okay. Anybody else? First hearing in the public? Okay, we need a motion to approve or amend and sign the minutes from our last board meeting.
So moved. Support.
Second.
A lot of seconds.
Not a second.
Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Sturgill?
Yes.
Mr. Ballard?
We're gonna clean those up?
Yes.
Okay, now, or while we're discussing,
Yes.
you may want, I think we have a discussion first before we pass the vote.
Yes. I'd like to improve upon what was said last meeting, that Mrs. Johnson does not feel comfortable sitting with the Board of Education, and that there are some particular problems. I do feel comfortable sitting with all of you, and I just wanted you to know that when we have discussions and we're not in agreement, that all we need to do is continue to talk, and we will find a way to compromise.
I think that was number 13.
13.
That was number 13.
The very first one where it says,
Yes.
Ms. Rice states that she
Oh.
feels,
So you'd like that stricken from the minutes?
At least you wanted to get
wanted,
Clear.
Clarity.
Okay.
no, she wanted clarification that
Clarification.
that does not reflect, yes.
Yes.
So motion to approve the amended minutes?
support. I'll make the motion, so moved.
Oh,
You want a
second.
second? Discussion? Roll call?
Mr. Ballard?
Yes.
Mr. Williams?
Yes.
Mr. Demakia?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Mr. Sturgill?
Yes.
So now we need a motion and a second to approve the amended minutes.
So moved. Support.
Discussion, roll call.
Mr. Ballard?
Yes.
Mr. Sturgill?
Yes.
Mr. Demakia?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Mr. Williams?
Yes.
Any old business? Report and recommendations of the treasurer.
I have nothing at this time.
I will, I guess it would be under old business. Last board meeting, Ms. Johnson had suggested, and the board had agreed upon, and I did send an email to everybody about that discussion of us supporting the Hispanic Leadership Conference Gala, and in support, I meant sponsoring a table at that gala. Mr. Hill on Friday gave me notification that the CEO has not approved that and would rather have an official notice from the board president. Now, my understanding is our official notice comes through our secretary of the board, if you will, per Ohio law, who is the treasurer of the school district. So not sure how much more official it needs to be, but maybe you want to elaborate on that conversation that you might have had?
It was just a brief conversation I had with Elena at the end of the day, asking, because I was out all last week at the treasurer's conference, and just said, had he had a chance to look at it, was he going to approve it? And she said that he would like something, a written formal request, basically from the board president, requesting the donation.
Want
So,
to get him a greeting card or something? Put it in there.
I got nothing.
Okay.
It's in the minutes, all right? Isn't it requested?
It's in the
It's
minutes,
It's
approved.
in the minute.
and it is approved by the Board of Education,
Yeah,
which
that's
is an
pretty official.
expenditure under the Board of Education's budget, which
I-
is
I-
already
You may-
financially forecasted, correct?
Could you remind him that it's in the minutes and it was already voted on? Or you did that already?
Well, would
When
you-
when I originally took it to him, I did say that, but yes, I
You
will,
got a highlighter? I'll highlight it in here and sign my name to it. Would that
I
be-
will speak with him directly.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. And just let us know, and if you could, just send us all an email.
I will.
That'd be great.
Okay.
I would appreciate that. Because that's coming up, right?
That's this
Saturday.
weekend.
This weekend.
Better get moving.
But I think you've got an in, so I think you're good.
Yeah. We know somebody. Good. Hopefully you can have that
And then I
conversation
think
soon.
there was correspondence that said, I know I've got a funeral that day. Young lady, unfortunately, I don't know if you knew she was a student at Elyria High School, but a resident in Lorain. Last week, she's in a community choir that rehearses at our church, Agape. And she was at rehearsal on Monday evening, and then the next day, her mom went to awaken her for school, and she was non-responsive. And so they believe she had a seizure during her sleep. And so the service is on Saturday. Yeah, just tragic. You know, whenever, it's tragic when anyone passes, but when we see our kids, especially, you know, I see you on Monday evening, and then we get a call on Wednesday. That's just, so please keep that family in your prayers. And I think this is for that choir. It's a youth choir, and over the last 3 years, I believe each year they've lost one of the members, the young members of the choir. And so it's real tragic, but so it'll be a very challenging service. Why? Because we have all these kids there. In fact, the Agape concert is on that evening. So the choir's going to sing at the funeral. And so, again, if you have, you feel inclined to, please say a prayer for that family and those kids who are trying to get their heads wrapped around all that. So I can't be at the
Yes, but are you going to have 12?
Are you, Yvonne, are you going?
2, 4, 6, 8, yeah.
No, I am going to.
No, I'm saying to the concert, yeah.
Yes.
The conference.
Yes.
Because I think based on, what is it, 8 seats at a table? 12?
12 at the table.
So.
Mhm.
you
And
should
we're just
invite-
That's what
discussing-
yeah, whether we want to just do
discussing here,
seats
so.
or do a whole table. Okay. Okay. I didn't realize she was on.
Yeah, she
She's
said
on
it.
time.
Yeah.
She doesn't skip a beat.
Yes.
She's got you.
She's on it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Thank you.
Mhm.
No report from the CEO, I'm assuming.
Nope.
Any requests from board members? New business. Need a motion to approve item 12.01, which is a resolution for House Bill 512. That was also emailed out to everybody.
So moved. Support.
Support.
Discussion?
Could you probably give up so that people watching would know what the House Bill
Yeah.
512 is?
House Bill 512 was generated and put to the floor by the House of Representatives to be passed. And what House Bill 512, in simple terms, does is eliminate the State Board of Education. I have my opinion on why this bill is being pushed. It's being pushed just like House Bill 70 was. And the goal is to obviously ultimately give full authority of the entire education system to the governor himself, with no system of accountability. And I think that, you know, again, my opinion, this is a direct attack on the State Board of Education, simply because of the ECOT situation. The State Board of Education kind of shut down ECOT, which obviously was politically tied and financially tied to a lot of politicians, including the governor's office and some of those folks. So they're kind of upset that the State Board of Education took on ECOT and, again, ultimately shut them down. So this is the governor's way of throwing a shot at the State Board of Education and disbanding the State Board of Education. So there are many, hundreds of school districts that have already approved this resolution. It's not the exact resolution that other school districts have approved, as I sent it to legal counsel to have him prepare it. So some of the language is unique for our school district. So what I'll do is I'll send this down to the folks that are spearheading this, if this resolution is passed, and let them know that the Lorain City School District has also supported this resolution that is against House Bill 512.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Any other questions, comments? Okay. Roll call.
Mr. Sturgill?
Yes.
Mr. Ballard?
Yes.
Mr. Demakia?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Mr. Williams?
Yes.
Any other new business? The only other thing that I will bring up is the Community Leaders Coalition on Education is a group of folks from many school districts throughout the state of Ohio that are, they try to meet regularly in some of the school districts that are being faced with House Bill 70 are part of this. They are looking at going down to Columbus either May 15th, 17th, or 24th. They sent that communication to me. I will get whatever date they come up with to all of you. They would certainly like our support and our attendance there if need be. I certainly plan on going. Right now, those 3 dates are fine for me. So whichever date they pick, I should be available to go unless something comes up. But I communicated back to them that get us the date and the time and some of the details, and we'll get it out to everybody, and we can go from there. But that's Community Leaders Coalition on Education,
So what city are we talking about?
various cities.
Oh,
You
We're
know,
going
no,
to Columbus.
the site where we're gonna have the meeting.
State
It's in
House.
Columbus,
Yeah,
State
I'm,
House.
I'm assuming they're going directly to the State House. Again, I don't have all the details. She just said that they were traveling to Columbus. They have met with some folks down in Columbus. A group of us, Mark and I did attend a meeting out there not too long ago, a month or so ago.
Yes.
And it was a pretty good conversation, and believe me, there are a lot of people that agree with, our position as well as others' positions on House Bill 70 and some of the other issues that are
This is 512.
plaguing public education. So, a lot of good conversations, so when I get those details, I'll make sure that you guys get it, and if you can attend, great. If not, but I certainly plan on attending to see what the conversation is and see what's going on down there. Anything else?
Have a second hearing?
Huh? Yep.
Second hearing from the public?
Yep. Okay, second hearing in public?
May 7th?
27th?
May 7th.
May 7th. Good enough. Couple days after Cinco de Mayo.
Mm-hmm.
Our family celebrates that.
Giving them enough time.
Yeah.
All right. Our next board meeting will be May 7th, 5 o'clock, right here. Hopefully, we have some more on the agenda that we can discuss. And as soon as Mr. Hill lets us know about the last passage of the sponsorship, I'll let you guys know, and we'll go from there.
Do we need to sign this?
Yes.
So we need to sign a resolution, right?
Yep.
Let me just pass this one around.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then I'll also have the most recent approvals. We didn't have it ready in time, otherwise I would have, but I'll have that all emailed out to you guys.
It's a
Okay.
resolution, we just.
Good enough.
Pass it around to the rest of the guys. Let's sign this before we close.
Yeah.
You want us to check it in?
I'd let her do it. She'll just check everybody as in line.
Thank you.
What do you do? Something else hurt on you now?
Man, this is the longest recovery in the
$1
world.
million man.
Yeah.
It was a matter of not having the approvals there, and they approved until today anyway, so. we'll have them and send them over as soon as they're approved.
You're not even approved? I'm
Wow.
trying to get us stuff that's not approved. You know what?
I give up.
You've changed.
You guys are too much.
We're just getting
Needs
started,
your two,
huh?
Johnny.
So I think we're gonna dismiss.
We're done.
Good job.
I would assume so.
Can you give me the signed copy too? Give me a copy. Email, scan an email.
Yeah.
Signed copy.
Apparently mine doesn't work.
Certified record. Not only a guy trying to get stuff here, it's not even approved. It's not even giving me things that don't work.
It was,
Did you realize they're still in session?
I do. I love it. It's entertainment. You should have heard me.
You know,
That must be a great shoe shirt. Keep it
Yeah.
up.
Okay, we need a motion to adjourn.
so moved.
second.
Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Ballard,
Yes.
Ms. Johnson,
Yes.
Mr. Demakia,
Yes.
Mr. Sturgill,
Yes.
Mr. Williams.
Yes.
Okay.
This has been a production of Lorain City Schools TV 20 WLCS.